Hello and welcome back to this video. Now, before we actually dive deeper into the transformation within the Power BI editor, what we need to do is we need to ensure, especially later on when we use time intelligence functions in DAX and in Power BI, we need to ensure that we have a continuous date range. What do I mean by that? Well, what you can see is within our sales table here, if I click on my sales table here, what we have is we have purchase dates, right? For 2017, 18, and 19. However, what we cannot ensure within this dates table is that we get a continuous date range. And continuous date range simply means that we got all the dates for each day in the year for all the 3 different years. Okay, so all the dates in 2017, each day in 2018, as well as the days in 2019. Now, simply because, for instance, on Sunday, maybe we do not generate any sales, right? Or there was a specific holiday when no one bought any product, okay? It could also be a reason. Now, as I said before, we need a continuous date range within Power BI to ensure that the time intelligence functions properly work. So what we do is we can simply go to the resource section, and here what we have is we have a Power BI dates table code. So if you double click on this, you can download it from the resource section, as I said. You can see that this is the function, what it looks like. And basically what this is M code in Power BI, okay? So there are basically 2 types of codes, or basically languages in Power BI, which is M. M is the language of the query editor, and there is DAX. DAX is the query in the Power BI. So when we write then formulas, okay? So in our case, all we need to do is actually we need to create our own custom dates table. And that's a great thing because we can simply leverage this function. So there is no need for us really to understand each kind of line. So if you want to go through them, you can do that, of course. But there is no need to really understand everything which happens here. Because all we need to do is we can simply take the whole code, Control-C to copy it, and then we go back to our Power BI query editor here, and what we do is we simply say we want to have a new source. So click on new source here, and in this case it's a blank query, so refer to blank query. Click on this, and then you can see that this appears, and that what we do is you go under home to the advanced editor. If you do this, click on it, you can see that this is what it looks like, and there's the whole M code. So you can simply then remove what's inside here currently and simply paste the whole, dates table code in here. And you can see the check mark here, so there is no syntax error have been detected, okay? And the reason why it's a function, or I know that it's a function, is simply because we have these little parentheses here, and then this little, arrow if you want. And then here's the code, okay? That refers to a function. And if we click on done now, you can see that this appears, okay? So that's our query here, and of course you can name this query if you like. You can just rename it dates table function, for instance, like that, okay? Press enter. Here's our dates table function, and what you can do now is we can simply insert a start date as well as an end date and the financial year start month. So in case your start month of a financial year, for instance, is not the 1st of January, you also have the option to enter it here. So what I do now is simply, because we have 2017, 18, and 19, I simply say, okay, my start date is the 1st of January, and just to make sure this, now, for me, as a German-speaking person, the second here refers to my month, okay? Just make sure that this is the 1st of January, okay? Because I know that, especially in the United States, there's a different kind of date format, right? You start with month, day, and then year, but here it's day, month, and year, okay? So the 1st of January, 2017 for me, okay? And the end date will be the 31st of December in 2019 for me, okay? So this makes sure that I got each day for these 3 different years within my dates table. And let's say financial year start is the January, so I click on invoke, okay? Click on invoke, and you can see that this table has now been created, okay? And that is my dates table, this invoke function, and again I can rename it, simply go in here and say this is my dates table. Okay, press enter, and you can see I got my dates table in here. And the next thing is simply also use it and simply drag and drop it here in my data model in here, okay? The function itself, you can see that it's already grayed out simply because the function itself is not available within the report view later on, okay? Only the table itself, the dates table. And you can see that we got a date here. This is our continuous date. We got a year. We got the quarter of the year. The month of the year is a number, the day of the month, the date integer. So simply combining this as, in this case, a numerical field, but for the specific year month and day. Okay, you can see it here. And then we also get the month name, January, and so on, February. Here in this case it's German, but in your case it would be your specific language for the month name. Okay, simply also refers to what kind of Power BI edition, of course, you have. You can see that we got the month and calendar, the quarter and calendar, the day and week, also the day week name. Of course, here again it's German, but for you it will be your native language. Okay, and additional fields in here. So I know it's a lot of fields, but the simple reason for this is if you go in the DateTable function and take a look at the advanced editor, simply the reason is we can create those different kinds of columns. Okay, so each of this one here refers to a specific column in our DateTable. Okay. And that's why we create so many fields. Of course, there's no need to create all of them. Maybe you do not need all of them in the report, but from my point of view, I like this advanced formula in DAX, so this DateTable code, and you get a lot of different kinds of, well, columns which you can use later on within your model or when you create DAX code as well. Okay? So that's it for the for the dates table itself, and all you need to do is, again, I click on close and apply. You can see that the dates table also get loaded into Power BI. Simply wait, apply query changes. So far so good. And now then the dates table itself should appear here, and here it is. Okay, the dates table, and this simply makes sure that we got a continuous date range, and this again ensures that all of our time intelligence functions within DAX will work properly. Okay. So that's it actually for this video. As always, thanks a lot for watching, and hopefully see you in the next video. Until then, best guys.